in my journey as an artist manager and a label CEO, it has been a bumpy but pleasant and rewarding road. And I didn't really know what to do when I first started out. I didn't have any music background. I didn't know anything about the industry. I had to learn from you, and I had to learn from my environment by just being completely thrown into it.
You gonna sink or swim?
There was no easing into it, especially on Team Matt B. Team Matt B operates in, oh, do you know how to do this? Do you want to learn today? Okay, cool. And we could just gonna throw you into it.
So your new title is?
So that was very much so how I started out. I started out with basically zero experience, and I just had to learn by falling flat on my face, making a lot of mistakes. And I learned from all of those mistakes, and I cherish those moments, because even though those were moments that I look back on and they're quite cringe, they helped mold me into the label owner, the executive, and the artist manager that I am today. And now that I have more knowledge, I'm able to run our business way more effectively. And I think that it goes back to one of the points that I always say to artists and to managers and to anyone else who's interested in the industry. Research, research, research. Take risks, and don't be afraid to make those mistakes, because if you're afraid and living in fear, you're never going to be able to make it, because this whole industry is risk-based. Nothing in music is guaranteed. You're not going to be able to say, oh, well, if I spend $10,000 and I promote my album, I'm going to make $10,000 back, plus I'm going to make an additional $50,000. Like, there's no way to guarantee that. Right. Especially as an independent artist just starting out. Right. You can't guarantee any aspect of your career. You can't guarantee success. You can't guarantee the success of a project. You can't guarantee fame. Nothing is promised. And I think that if we were to think about it in that way, a lot of people wouldn't do it. But but I think that artists, managers, and executives, future executives, aspiring business people in the industry all have to approach it from the perspective of, I know that this is a risk. I know that there's a likelihood that I'm going to fail, but that's okay. And being content with the fact that you're going to be hurt, you're going to be told no. You're going to hear no a hell of a lot more than you're going to hear yes. We know.
Yeah.
How many times have you been told no? Ooh. At all of these meetings with executives, with producers, with writers, with anybody in the industry, show bookers? How many times have we been told no?
More than I can count. And then what's been happening is now they wish they told me yes. But that's a whole nother story.
Man. So you have to be okay with the no. And you have to be content with the fact that, yes, you're going to be told no a fuck ton.
Right.
But that's okay, because those no's are just going, if you're driven, they're going to push you to make different moves, make better moves, and say, okay, well, that person told me no. That doesn't mean that this opportunity is over. Maybe that's not the opportunity for right then and there. Maybe next year is my year to do that. But in the meantime, let me go and reassess some things on my team and on my end and rework how I'm approaching this. Figure out a new marketing strategy, hire a new team member, hire a new publicist, and try to figure out what does the next move look like from whatever seat you're sitting in, the artist seat, the manager seat, the label exec seat, the PR seat, whichever seat you're sitting in. It's always good to reassess.